Hey guys! So, endless sands baking in the sun with an absolute lack of humans around. This is what one of the world's most famous deserts, the Sahara, looks like. It seems like these golden dunes have been here forever, but they haven't. When you look at the Sahara, and its endless sands and silent dunes, you can't help but want to know what's under those millions of tons of sand. Well, today, you're going to find out several unbelievable facts about this mysterious place and about what exactly is hidden under the Sahara's sands. So let's start at the beginning. The name Sahara comes from the Arabic word for desert. Now, contrary to popular belief, the Sahara is not the world's largest desert. That honor belongs to the Antarctic desert. But among more familiar deserts full of sand, heat, and dunes, the Sahara takes first place. Its area is just over 3 million square miles and takes up almost 1/3 of all of Africa. This desert is in 10 different countries and touches the Atlantic Ocean and the Red and Mediterranean seas. The Sahara expands every year towards the south at a rate of 3 to 6 miles per year. Now, many deserts are associated with tall sand dunes in amazing shapes along cacti and almost a complete lack of vegetation and animal life. However, the sands just take up about 20% of the Sahara. The rest is made up of a rocky flatland, but it's still not rich in animal life. There are about 4,000 species here, including mammals, rodents, jaroba, antelope, jackal, and mongooses, or mongooses, either way. Most of these animals are nocturnal and hide from the intense sun during the day. That's because deserts have huge temperature changes during the day. So the average air temperature reaches 95 degrees Fahrenheit, but the sun heats the sand to twice as hot. So what it really feels like is you're in a frying pan from hell. So the highest recorded air temperature was almost 137 degrees, but the desert cools off at night just as fast as it heats up during the day. So nighttime temperatures can get as cold as, get this, 32 degrees. Additionally, nights in the mountainous plateau can get even colder, reaching 0 degrees. And of course, rain is extremely rare. The central part of the Sahara gets rain once every few years, making the climate naturally dry and hot. On average, there's about 3 inches of rain per year. But the Sahara has also seen real snow, but it melted almost immediately. And despite the region's dryness, this is kind of surprising, the Sahara, it has lakes. For example, there's a group of lakes called the Ouinaga Lakes. The only river that flows within the desert is the powerful Nile. Now, the Sahara's climate is not really suitable for most types of flora. However, experts have counted over 30 species of plants in the area, including ferns, ficus, acacia, cacti, and date palm trees. The temperature fluctuations act destructively on the mountains, which then break apart and turn to sand. So that's how the desert refills its sand layer. The sand dunes in the Sahara can reach 650 feet tall, which is similar to a 70-story skyscraper. The desert also has singing dunes. The sand making up the dunes starts to sway and make sound because of the wind, which creates an amazing melody. The desert also has some unusual areas, where the dunes are made up of large transparent chunks of wind-blown glass instead of sand. It's said that millions of years ago, huge meteorites fell on these places, which released a huge amount of heat energy. Mirages are another interesting thing in the Sahara Desert. How many people traveling through the desert have suddenly seen oases with water and palm trees and thought they would just be a couple miles away? So a mirage is an optical illusion in the atmosphere. It's made by light reflecting on the border between air layers of differing thickness. The Sahara has over 150,000 mirages that can even be found on maps. But the most important miracle of the Sahara, and one of the planet's largest mysteries, is in Mauritania, and it's called Rishat. It's a 30-mile wide wheel structure that is hundreds of millions of years old. For a long time, the eye of the desert was a way for astronauts to orient themselves, since it's clearly seen from orbit, and it's the only clear orienteer in the empty desert. There are several hypotheses that explain this object. One says that the wheel structure is the result of erosion. The desert also has rich gas and oil reserves. The Sahara, under the influence of southern winds, gives birth to terrifying sandstorms that then affect the surrounding countries and sometimes last for several days. For example, every year, powerful winds pick up tons of sand in the Sahara and take them to the African island country Cabo Verde, creating many problems for the locals. Now, despite the harsh conditions, the Sahara is home to about 2 million people, mostly Berbers and Tuaregs. In the Middle Ages, trade caravans traveled across the desert, and the largest one, according to Arabian witnesses, had almost 12,000 camels. Now, if we were to unveil the most important secrets, we must delve into the heart of the desert. So under many dunes, you'll find the Sahara's treasure trove. There's not much water on the desert's surface due to limited precipitation, but get this, there are huge basins of underground water under the sands. Most of the oases are in places where water comes up from the underground rivers to the surface. And several countries where the Sahara's groundwaters are pump up this priceless liquid. The area with the best sources is the northeast part of the desert, where Sudan, Chad, Egypt, and Libya are. There's more water in Libya, where water's been pumped up since the 1970s, and a huge project even began in 1983 to provide drinking water to populated areas in Libya without water. Regular pumping for all the large cities in the country was finished by 1996. Now, this grand system is called the Great Man-Made River and pumps 230 million cubic feet of water daily. It has 1,300 wells that are over 1,600 feet deep, as well as many water pipes and storage areas. This wouldn't be possible without the Sahara's underground water source. This desert is much more generous to its inhabitants than it seems at first glance. And get this, the Sahara has its own Stonehenge. The structure is made up of 7 to 10 foot stones that weigh several tons and make up 5 circles. African Stonehenge is older than Stonehenge in England by over 4,500 years, making it one of the oldest astronomical arch monuments in history. Archaeologists found ancient stone drawings in the very center of the Sahara, proving that people lived there at some time. It's probable that there were many human settlements there that even had livestock. So the desert has always attracted the attention of researchers and travelers. It's a unique place in nature that can excite your imagination and scare you with its mysteries. Only now, thanks to modern technology, can we start to learn about the Sahara's mysteries, of which there are quite a few. This desert has revealed many secrets, but there's still much to uncover. Well, that's all for today. Leave us a like, don't forget to subscribe, and comment. Let me know, would you be willing to take a trip through the Sahara? And we'll see you again next time.